Here were some paintings I was doing in art school, and I mentioned this stuff because I wanted to experiment with paint. I didn't know how, but I was going to try some things. So I started doing these oil paintings, and I started rolling them up, and I put them in my freezer for a month. Let me be the first to tell you, they just get cold. Nothing else happens.
So you are already a regular in Offf,
yeah,
so to speak. What do you think that sets this festival apart, this event apart from all the others involving the digital culture?
So that's easy. First, I've been here since the first one. So actually, I've been to every Offf except for Valencia. So yeah, I'm a regular. I think what sets this festival apart, obviously, is the price. Oftentimes, with a lot of conferences around the world, the price of admission is very expensive. And because of that, the people who actually have to come to this conference, students, don't get an opportunity to go. And so, for me, this kind of festival is perfect because the price of admission is accessible to anyone who wants to come and hang out with us. I presented about my work and how it's made and some corporate work, how do I pay my bills, and then also how do I do exhibitions and research and development and things to challenge myself. And then here in the showroom, I actually printed a print that's 15 meters long. And one of the processes in how I do my work is how the work actually gets colored and textured. So instead, I've actually removed that, and I brought chalk and brushes and water, and I'm actually inviting the public to actually determine the fate and the color and the texture of the print. So you can still see the outline of my original composition, but it takes on this entirely new life because 2,500 people are actually coloring it. But the side thing too is also it's like being a kid again. You got to pick up chalk and you've got to play, and I think play is very important.
You talked about this in your presentation, and did you notice any funny details about the audience, as you did in your presentation? Funny characters, funny scenes during the painting.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is if you actually watch the people rather than looking at the print, because some people are very meticulous and they want to color in the lines, and some people want to go outside of the lines, some people want to make little patterns, some people have written notes, some people have done little characters. So it's interesting not to actually see the work, but actually see the work being worked on. Because what people do is for me is more fascinating than the finished composition.
Did you have the chance to watch or to know Portuguese artists, to get to know their work?
I've met a few people, and some people have showed me some stuff today, and I've seen obviously some of the presentations. So yeah, I think I've got a pretty good idea that you guys are kicking ass. So.
And what are you thinking about this edition of Offf for the first time in Lisbon?
Well, I actually spoke to the conference organizer, and we both were in absolute agreement that we should do this in Lisbon again next year. I think it's one of the best Offs I've been to. So there's a few things I think we needed to work out, but all in all, I think the space is really interesting. I think the people are really interesting. So hopefully we'll be back again here next year.
The arts and technology are not really that apart, but are getting together more and more.
Correct.
What do you think about that in the last years? Do you think it makes sense to divide?
Well, I think you're going to see division because obviously the program is getting harder. Programming aspect of doing things is getting harder. But when you get a chance to come to a festival like this and see a lot of guys like us that are embracing technology, my true hope is that I'll get more people involved in learning how to program in conjunction with design and art. So I think it's still a bit of an uphill battle because obviously the programming is changing very rapidly, but hopefully people are seeing the possibility and will want to tackle it anyway. So.